Hi-ho, hi-ho, to the hospital we go.
Just close your eyes.
I got my hand over my eyes where I can't peek. Not a peeker.
I'm probably like walking really awkward. I don't want him.
Oh, Lordy, had mercy.
The dog's fine.
Okay.
Okay, get over your eyes. Happy father.
Thank you. What on earth did you get? That's a really good card.
Thank you. Yeah, my card making abilities. Sometimes I get creative. Because you thought it was Selena's.
Yeah.
Now that Savina ordered another pole.
Well,
You told me I'm not good. He swore you wanted that.
Well, I did tell him the one pole that I had was only a 6-foot rod.
He kept trying to talk him out of it.
But that's not what he said he wanted. What you really wanted was just way too expensive.
Yeah, they didn't have the deal on.
I don't know what foot that is.
Yeah. This is 7 foot. Because the only one I had was like a 6 foot. And it really wasn't. It was a longer one.
For lightweight.
Yes. Longer, lightweight.
That Abu
Cool.
Garcia.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, he swore you wanted it.
I had my endocrinology appointment yesterday, and my endocrinologist was surprisingly very helpful. He's normally not very much into looking into things. But my dad came with me to my appointment yesterday, and although he never hardly says a word, there are some doctors that I see that I've noticed that when there is another male presence in the room, it totally changes the entire appointment. It's a crying shame that that is how it is, but it's just when it's my mom and I, it's like they don't respect us as much. I don't know, you just don't get taken as seriously in appointments for some reason. And like I said, it's a crying shame, but when my dad goes to appointments, he was off of work yesterday, so he went, and the doctors are much more respectful and much more willing to be helpful. I didn't even have to say much in my own appointment. I went there, he ordered a repeat DEXA scan to check on my osteoporosis because I had it done 2 years ago now, and I was in the first stage of osteoporosis. But if it's progressing, now it might be worth pursuing treatment for that to see if we can stop the progression. But we're checking up on that. And then he also was thinking of some other things that he could test for that might be off due to my poor absorption. And normally you have to beg the man to do a test. He refused to do the simple testing from the mast cell specialist just to make sure that my pancreatic symptoms were truly from mast cell disease and not a normal person problem. But he wouldn't even do those tests to rule out the normal person problem a few months ago, and my GI had to do it. I was kind of baffled to go in there and he's wanting to run all these tests when normally he's the complete opposite and you have to beg the man to do anything. Also, while in there, he gave me the FreeStyle Libre, and it is a glucose monitor where you wear the sensor on the back of your arm and you can scan it and it takes your blood sugars without having to poke your finger every 5 minutes. I have a long history with blood glucose issues. When my mast cells are angry, it's like if I eat, the reaction will manifest in blood sugar issues rather than your typical allergy symptoms. I have it with my tube feeds too right now that has been more stable than it's ever been since since I was 15, but he was offering this, and then the sensors I think are $70. So I'm trialing it, and if I don't have any reaction to the needle in my arm, then he will write the prescription for me to get the sensors. I mean, I don't want to wear this all the time. Each sensor lasts 10 days. But especially with all of these formula trials that I have in the near future, I figured it would be good to have on hand for the weeks that I'm flaring, or if I really need to keep an extra close eye on my blood sugar levels. The contraption's pretty neat. In the past I had the Dexcom, which actually takes it every 5 minutes without you having to initiate it. But this is a cheaper alternative, and although you do have to initiate it by waving the wand over your arm, it's pretty neat. It has where you can log your food or your insulin or any medications, and I just thought that was neat. And so far it seems to be pretty accurate compared to my regular glucose meter.
So this notch and this notch, they line up together. So after this is cracked open, you're going to take this and put it inside. Just make sure they're lined up. Okay, so you just pull this off. And then this is really, you want to try to twist it, it's kind of hard. And leave it inside there. Perfect. So now what you're going to do is you're going to pull this out, and then you're just going to pull this up and put it inside there. Now you're going to push all the way down real hard. Good. Leave it in there. Leave it in there about 3 to 5 seconds. That way the adhesive gets together with the inserter. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this all ready. And this is so easy. This is like your phone, pretty much. And then this is setting up your targets. Usually I just leave it at 100 for your lows and 140 for the highs. And we're going to hit next. This is just a quick, like a shorthand. Okay, just if you look at an arrow on it, and it's just saying that your blood sugar is starting to rise. And actually I have showered with these all the 10 days, every day, shower, no problem. I haven't had anybody say anything about a pool, so I don't know about pools.
Yeah, I don't do it with chlorine anyway.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. As far as, you know, bumping it, I worked out in the garden. I had bumped it a couple times, didn't do nothing. I mean, it's just the size of a quarter.
That's neat that they made all of y'all wear it.
Huh?
That's neat they made all of y'all
Absolutely. And it was, you know, because now I can tell you guys how it was. Even putting it in, I didn't feel nothing.
Cool.
Because if you hold your arm like this, you can kind of actually do it yourself. Okay? So go ahead and just pull this out. Good. And here, you're just going to do
completely dry.
Is it dry? Oh, that's wonderful. Let's see if this one's completely dry. Oh, that's a good one. I'm going to go get one of my own. Just go ahead and clean. Yeah, right around there is perfect. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're just going to pull this straight up. Okay, and we're attached. Okay, so now all you do is you take this, and then you put it up where you want it positioned, and you're just going to push and hold it in there 10 seconds. Yep. And let's see. I think right around here. You guys?
Yeah.
Think? Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And just hold it there a couple seconds. Did it hurt?
Not really.
Good. And then we're just going to pull out. Boom. Now this is pretty important. You just want to kind of push the adhesive on. And that's it. That's it. Now check this. This is the deep part. So now I'm going to turn this on. See where it says start new sensor? See this? Start new sensor. Okay. All you do is hit this button.
Hi ho, to the hospital we go. Today is the day of my tube change, finally. I cannot wait to get this dang thing changed out so I don't have to wrap it up and I get my button. I'm a little bit nervous for today's tube change after the misunderstanding in IR with scheduling. We are still not sure what went on, but it has to be some sort of weird thing. I'm like styling.
Take a picture.
Am I taking the...
Call me when you get to the car.
Rougher tube change. A student was kind of the one doing most of it, and she let the balloon part hang out in my stoma a little bit before pulling it out. So yeah, she let the thing hang in the balloon hang out in my stoma too long before pulling it out instead of doing it quickly, and that really hurt. So it was very, very bloody. Even the nurse was commenting on how much more blood than usual. But the new one got in. They checked with air like usual. The J part started migrating back up into where it's not supposed to be. So then they took the guide wire and put it down in there again after they'd already took it out once, and then that fixed it, and then it was in the right position. And I've got a nice new low profile. So let's hope that it actually works and that all the manipulation with the guide wire doesn't bust it open like it did last time.